Today I'm making a cold process soap that will be scented with orange scent, and I'm using a white base with a green, yellow, and orange striping pattern. This is the recipe I'm going to use. It's a 68-ounce recipe, and I'm going to be using castor oil, coconut oil, palm kernel oil flakes, palm oil. Both of those are RSPO sustainable, and high oleic sunflower oil. I'm going to be using some sugar and some sodium lactate, and then 84 grams of fresh squeezed orange fragrance oil from Nature's Garden. I've not used that fragrance before. They claim that it does not discolor, it does not accelerate, doesn't separate. Sounds like, and then also that it sticks around. It's something I've found with other citrus scented fragrance oils is they usually don't accelerate. Some of them actually seem to slow down the movement of the soap, but they do tend to have the fragrance fade pretty quickly over time. So I'm hoping this won't do that. And then I'm going to use a white base, and these are my colors I'm going to be using, all from Nurture Soap. So neon yellow, Eye of the Tiger, Force of Nature, those are all quite bright, rather neon-y looking colors. And then the white base will be done with Winter White Mica. My oils are at 91 degrees Fahrenheit. My lye water is at 108 Fahrenheit. I already have sugar and sodium lactate in the lye water. I already have the fragrance oil in the mixed oils. As always, I will put links below to each step of the process in case you don't want to watch the preliminary stuff. So as usual, I just want to get this to a good emulsion before I distribute it to the colors. And I am using Winter White Mica, which when it's prehydrated with water tends to form a crud in the bottom of the pitcher that's hard to scrape loose. So I'll have to work on that a little while before I actually put soap batter into it. That's a pretty good emulsion right there. The other colors don't do that, but Winter White always does it. It's kind of like stirring up cornstarch that's been sitting in water, if you've ever done that. There, that's pretty good. So I'm going to use 1.5 cups of each color, and then the rest will be my white base. This is developing some thickness already, so I don't think I'm going to have to stir it very long. So I'm going to move the camera so that you can see the mold better. This is a really nice textured batter if it'll just stay that way. Start out, as I often do, pouring deep and then pouring shallow to make a pattern on the surface. I wish I'd kept a little bit of white to have that on the surface. I think the surface is almost all going to be colors, but it will have white deeper in the soap, so that's okay. Now, I think I'm going to do what I call the Senegal swirl, which starts out as kind of a wide Taiwan swirl and then has spirals. I usually do 3 rows of spirals. I might do 4 this time. Each time around crossing over the previous pass. Here is the freshly poured soap. I like the way that turned out. As I say, I wish it had a bit of white on the top, but I think it'll be fine. As I usually do, I will spray this with a little bit of alcohol, and then I will put it in an oven at 77 Celsius, 170 Fahrenheit for a couple hours, and we'll have a look at it tomorrow. Here's the finished soap a day later. It has some tiny white dots on it. I'm not sure if it's soda ash or if it's some sort of crystallization from the fragrance oil. I sometimes see that on soap. It looks pretty good, I think, but I probably will shave the very surface off of it once it hardens a little more. So I'll cut this into bars and we'll have a look at it. Here are the tops of the bars, just with a little bit shaved off the top to smooth them out a bit. These are sides. The one on the bottom right was against the mold wall. The other three are where the knife went through. That one that was against the mold wall, you can see has some little holes, almost like you get when you heat something in a silicone mold too hot, but these were in a paper line mold. I'll have to shave that off probably. These are ends. The one on the top right was against the mold wall. The other three are where the knife went through. And then these are typical bottoms. You can see a bit of color there. I think I would have to shave quite a lot to see much color there, so I probably won't. But I like the way these turned out. I think it's a nice citrusy look, and they certainly do smell good.